Hey, Daniel, founder of LunaSage. I'm going to start making some videos, just like walking through some use cases of LunaSage. I created a example nonprofit, and I based its company description around tree folk in Austin, which is fantastic. They do trees, they build them, they grow them, they plant them. It's awesome. I updated it to a startup instead of the free login. That way I could update the business systems config. I just made some assumptions, right? We said that this org is using Salesforce Nonprofit Success Pack, they got Classy, Stripe Nonprofit, MailChimp, etc. And we're gonna ask it a question that kind of can show you how you can use LunaSage to help get those superpowers going and save money. So let's ask a question that's going to be fairly common and could be a little complicated to get started with or get the project kicked off. Let's say we have some new hires. We are going to be onboarding. Can you help me create a checklist of 30, 60, 90 days based on our systems? Let's just start there, see what we get. So this is something that's fairly common, right? You're going to have onboarding systems or onboarding documentation, but it's such a pain to like get started with or like kick off that documentation. So what we're going to do is we're going to ask LunaSage to get this started. And then we'll be able to take this document out and put it somewhere else and like adapt it as needed. But let's see what it came back with. Okay, so we've got our nonprofit onboarding, 30, 60, 90 day systems checklist. Foundation and basics, that's within the 30 days. We're going to have Microsoft, right? We want to make sure that they have Teams, SharePoint, all that fun stuff. Asana for task management. Salesforce, login, navigation training, understanding constituent records, contacts, accounts, household, basic reporting. Okay, that's some surface level of NPSP, which is great. And then the communication tools, if applicable to the role, MailChimp, internal communication protocols, which we could then build that document out and link these two together. We've got 60 days. We want them to be a little more advanced. Donation management and tracking, volunteer management, if applicable. Cool. Fundraising system, understanding the data flow. Asana Advanced, MailChimp, scooting on over to the 90 days. Okay, now we're getting into like system integration understanding. So we showed that they have the nonprofit version of Zapier. So like having that workflow awareness is going to be great for an end user, especially in a nonprofit, to understand like what is going to kick off the data moving from one system to another. And just being aware of like anything that could fire off an automation. It's great to know. Advanced fundraising, cool. Data management, process optimization. I like this. This is something that I would definitely recommend. Just to have end users have that in their mind, like, hey, if you can identify an automation opportunity, do so, right? Like if you see something, say something. Nonprofits, they run lean, so you want to make sure that you can automate where you can, and having the end users being aware and open to suggesting any of these improvements, I think is a fantastic piece of this puzzle. Cool, we've got recommendations, implementations, create system access, request workflows. That looks pretty good. I like this, assign systems buddies. Pair new hires with experienced staff for each major system. Can you build a table for the system buddies? I really like that systems buddies concept, so we'll probably want to put that in a document by itself. Outstanding. Okay, so like right out of the gate, it's throwing our CRMs together, our all the business systems that we mentioned. Okay. And it's not taking like terribly long, right? So like this is couple seconds. I mean, we can go back in the recording and really vibe out on it. But let's start up at the top. We've got like NPSP. It's going to be the primary buddy. I like that. Development manager, database admin as the backup, and then walking through the areas of support and check-in frequencies. Finance manager for Stripe, obviously. Communications manager for MailChimp. This is cool. So yeah, you can put together this document quickly based on the systems that you have. So let's say you're the operations person or the office manager or whoever at this nonprofit is wearing all the hats. You could easily get this started. And then, I mean, this knocks out like the biggest hurdle. In my opinion, the biggest hurdle is always like just getting the document started and having some sort of like standard that you can kick off. And then we've got have buddies maintain a SharePoint library of FAQs and tutorials. So this is another thing of empowering the employees, right? Empower the employees to think about what they can record, what they can document that will save other users time, will save them time as the buddy. And then we've got a simple tracking mechanism in Asana to monitor new hire progress. That's cool. I've worked at a couple of organizations that had this, right? Like just a simple Asana project, or it could be a Jira project, Monday.com project, Basecamp project, whatever. That's just, you're new, here's what you need to know, update that template as needed, and then you can move forward from there. Cool thing about LunaSage, right? Now that we have this, we can refresh our chat history and see like all of the information that we have that was provided. Let's like randomly, so creating a project plan is more tailored toward like an actual project, but let's just see what LunaSage comes up with based off of this whole conversation. So how the project plan works, right? It takes the conversation history, inputs and outputs, and it passes it over to Claude with a different message that's going to ask it to create a more of a project mentality. So let's see what our project looks like based off of how we want to onboard new employees. And that was real time, so not too terrible. So we've got our project plan for nonprofit onboarding system implementation. So we've got our create a structured 30-60-90, implement a formalized system buddy program for peer-to-peer knowledge transfer, tight. We've got our in scope and out of scope. So like obviously personal development plans, not in here. Benefits, HR policy. No, this is all talking about like the actual business systems. Assumptions, constraints, any of the stakeholders that are necessary. The good thing is you can copy this out, right? Put it in a Google Doc, put it in a Word doc, clear out some of this stuff, because like this onboarding system implementation, it's not going to truly require all these stakeholders. You can get a lot of this work done from like, whoever just talks with everybody internally. We've got a timeline. So it knocks out like, okay, we need to have this. We need to, get it tested, gather some feedback. That's awesome. Any risk and mitigation, system buddy, unavailability due to workload. For a nonprofit, number one, like right out of the gate, that's number one. And that's why you have the backup, right? That's why you have the backup buddies. Cool. Under implementation details, we actually have like the system buddy program structure, where it lays out that document. We got our progress tracking, training docs. That's cool. Okay, so this is a normal conversation that you would have with, a consultant, with a random volunteer who might be a systems person. But instead of that, less than 5 minutes total. I mean, this video is going on for almost 10, but that's mostly just me talking. But like, in just a few seconds, you're able to ask it appropriate questions, get like great feedback, and then build out a project plan that helps you implement this new onboarding system. Cool. We've got a free tier. Let me log out. Go to our pricing. We got a free tier. It gives you a couple conversations, simple logic, simple AI models. But I mean, if you want to give it a shot, give it a shot. Yeah, I think that's all I got. I will see y'all next time. We'll kind of swap back and forth between for-profit and nonprofit, just answering random questions that I've seen in my career. Have an awesome day.